Good day everyone, my name is Tan Hong Yue, metric ID CB18095, with my supervisor, Associate Professor Dr. Abdul Rahman Ahmed Mohammad Al-Sawari. Today I'm going to present my undergraduate project, which is Students Attendance Management System, U-Attend. First of all, I'll roughly talk about the problem statement and objective of my project. So the problem statement of this project is about verify the student identity in University Malaysia Pahang. Overall, the results was not effective plus methods that used for record their attendance are inconvenient. Some of the lecturers are still using the outdated method to record their students' attendance through paper or calling their names. Besides that, it could not ensure the integrity of students, as some lecturers will still use Google Form to record the attendance. As the Google Form does not require any login credential, so it is very easy for students to falsify their attendance, which lead to the academic dishonesty problem. Next is time-consuming. The Integrated Management System (IMS) that allowed lecturers to record attendance using their laptop, but they still need to manually call the student's name one by one and then edit the attendance status on the system. So it is very time consuming when there's more than 30 to 60 students in a laboratory or class. So from the above statements, we can see that the problems which are inefficient, waste time, and not effective in solving falsification of attendance. Based on the problem statement, we have the objectives of the project, which include: first, to design a mobile application that can manage attendance in University Malaysia Pahang. Second, to develop a students' attendance management system. Third, to evaluate the developed students' attendance management system through acceptance testing. So now I'm going to present my application. In this application, there are three users, which are administrator, lecturer, and students. First of all, the lecturer and student's profile will transfer into the database of the system, so there is no registration required in this system. So now I will present the login module first, then only functions based on different user. So for login, users can just log in directly by input their UMP email and password, then choose the user type. So if they forget their password, they can click this forget password text to change their password. So in order to change the password, user just need to input their UMP email correctly and click the button. And then the system will send a change password mail into the email that user input just now. Now I'll continue with administrator user first. After administrator login into their account, there are three views: lecturer list, student list, and settings. So let's start with the first. Administrator can view the lecturer available in UMP, so by clicking the search icon, they can search a specific lecturer by input the lecturer ID. And then, they can click the lecturer to view their profile. So inside the lecturer profile, administrator can view the details and can delete the lecturer if the lecturer is not existing in UMP anymore. Next, same goes as student list. Administrator can search the specific student by input the student ID and view their profile. So inside the student profile, administrator will view the details and they can change the student's login attempt. So by changing the number and click the update button, the student login attempt will be updated. Administrator also can delete the students if they leave UMP. So finally, in the settings, so this is applicable for all users, which is the administrator, lecturer, and students. So users can click the My Information to see their own details and can update their phone number. Besides that, users also can click the Change Password to change their account into a new password. Meanwhile, users also can click the link to Ecom and Kalam to access these two websites. And then lastly, they can click Log Out to log out from their account. Move on to lecturer. For lecturer, they need to reset their password during first time login. So after changing the password, lecturer will see the introduction pages. So after the introduction pages, there are 4 views in lecture, which are chat, course, analytic, and settings. So in chat, lecturer can search the course code and click into the group chat to chat with the user with the same course. So they will receive notification when there is new message. Next, in the course, they can search the course with the course code tool, and when they click inside, lecturer can search the attendance by choosing the specific date. And also, they can manage the attendance by adding new attendance, update, or delete the existing attendance. So inside the attendance, lecturer can search the student ID and click to view the student's attendance details. Besides that, lecturer can also click the floating button to display the attendance QR code for students to scan and record their own attendance. Lecturer also can copy the QR code link so they can paste it on different devices for students to scan it. Moreover, lecturer can click the scan QR icon to help the students to scan for their attendance. So lecturer just need to scan the student's ID QR code and able to help them to record their attendance. So once lecturer click to view the student's details, they can check the student's attendance status. So if the students have provided the excuse as attachment, lecturer can click to download and view it. So if the excuses reason and the attachment does not accept by the lecturer, they can click reject button to reject the student's excuse. Third, move on to analytic. Lecturer can search the course with course code tool, and when they click inside, the lecturer can search the attendance analytic by choosing the specific date tool. And then they can generate the attendance report and view the student's attendance analytic. So when lecturer click the attendance analytic, the system will display the analytic details and allow lecturer to export it into Excel file by clicking the export button. Meanwhile, lecturer can click the first floating button, which is used to generate the attendance report either in lecture or for lab. So by clicking the section, the system will download it into the Excel file. While for the second button, lecturer can view the student's attendance analytic by displaying the total number of present, absent, late, and excuses. So lecturer also can search the students by input their student ID. And if the students absent more than 3 times, students can click the text button to send the warning letter to the students. Finally, come to students. For students, they need to reset their password during their first time login too. And also, they will need to use their fingerprint in their mobile phone for authentication. So after changing their password, students will see the introduction pages. Move on after the introduction pages, there are 5 views in students, chat, ID card, record, settings, and QR scan. So in the chat, same as lecturer, students can search the course code and click into the group chat to chat with the user with same course. They will also receive notification when there is new message. And next is the ID card. So this will allow students to view their own student card with its QR code. So this QR code allows lecturer to help them to scan it and record for their attendance. Move on to record. Students can search the course with the course code tool. And also there is one floating button which shows the student's warning letter. So the number that display on the button is the number of warning letter that the students receive. So if the student did not click inside and download the warning letter, every time when the student open the app, a pop-up message will display to remind them about their warning letter. So when they click inside the course, they can view the attendance record status. So the students can only click the attendance record with absent status only, while others only for display. So after the student click inside, they can fill in their absent reason and upload the attachment to record their attendance as excuses. So finally, in the QR scan, so it is allowed for students to click it to record their own attendance. So once the class attendance QR code is scanned, the attendance details will display. So when the students click the record button, and the system will require students to scan with their fingerprint for authentication. So if the attendance and the students' details are correct, then the system will record their attendance successfully, else the system will display error message if the attendance record is unsuccessful. So this is all about my app that you attend. Thank you.